Oh, good afternoon. It's surprising to see someone over here, especially right now, since, it was just pouring outside. Not many people are coming outside yet, since it's all muddy and all that. Huh? Oh, me? Well, I like to think of myself as a painter. I enjoy painting, and I especially like painting when it just finished raining. I find it quite lovely. As it was pouring earlier, I kind of got into my feelings, I guess. I got extremely emotional and I really wanted to paint something. I mean, I did. I painted like 3 things. But I wanted to come out here and do something, well, paint something outside. I guess I kinda just wanted to get out. I never really do, so I'm just taking advantage of not many people being out right now. I'm not a really good person. Well, I'm not a good person to really talk with usually because I'm not social, you see, and I'm not good with talking with others. I mean, I try, of course, but it's quite difficult. Though I am quite ecstatic that you decided to come up to me and chat with me. Usually others just stare at me and walk by and such, or something like that. It's nice to interact with someone. I don't really chat with others that often, since no one usually tries interacting with me. Anyway, doesn't the water just look lovely? It's still quite cloudy and there's fog and stuff, and I don't know, I find this absolutely lovely. It's just a really nice atmosphere, maybe, per se. I don't exactly know. I'm sorry, I'm not really good with words or describing things. I'm awkward as well, so I'm also sorry for that. I really like this little area. Not many people, come here. I don't really know exactly why, but at least I get this spot to myself, most of the time. Why don't you take a seat on the bench behind me? If you'd like, you can just watch me paint. We could also chat at the same time if you don't mind. That would be lovely if you, would want to. I wouldn't mind at all. Perfect. Now I got someone to chat with while I paint. So, what is your name? I see. Quite a lovely name you got there. Mine is just pretty original, and I feel like quite a few people have this name, but my name is Elizabeth. I know, it's quite common and not original. Well, what brings you out right after it just finished pouring? You just felt like taking a stroll? That's quite understandable. I can understand how being just locked up and cooped up in the house can be quite boring, suffocating, and feeling trapped in a way. I kind of get the feeling. I kind of understand that feeling, but not exactly. I've always, not always, I have spent most of my life indoors. I've gone to public schools my whole life, so it's not like I was always indoors. Well, it's not like I've always just been in my house. I've, of course, gone grocery shopping when I was younger, with my parents and stuff like that. I've gone to the park maybe around 5 times in my whole life. Yeah, that number is a little low, but I've just never really gone out that much. It's usually just get up in the morning, go to my classes, come back, and repeat. I can just order everything online and it'll come to the house, so there's really no need to go out. And I just sell my paintings online. I mean, of course, I need to ship them, but I just let one of my parents do it for me. Yeah, still living with my parents. What, do I look old to you? I'm only a senior in high school. It's crazy how much time has passed. It feels like nothing. Like no time has passed at all, or it's just passing too quickly. But yet, there's times where time just passes very slowly. I mean, it depends on the moment and what's going on, right? Like, if it's something extremely boring, it'll go by extremely slow, but if it's something you actually like, it'll go by fast. 'Cause you don't pay attention to time. As they say, time flies when you're having fun, huh? I feel like time always just passes quickly. Because I don't know. I have a bad concept of time. I always stay inside. I do have the choice of leaving, but ever since I was younger, my parents usually kept me inside and I just got used to it. And there's not much of a point to going out. I have nothing to do. I have no friends or anything like that, so I don't have anyone to hang out with. Maybe that's why I've always just gone straight home. Friends. People to hang out with. Is it enjoyable? Is it fun? I've never really had anyone to interact with. Well, I have before, but it only lasted for a little while. It was enjoyable for that little while, but to be honest, I forgot how it felt to have fun with someone and laugh with and just hang out. It's been a while. It's been 3 to 4 years now since the last time I hung out with someone. The last time I hung out with someone was at their house and I slept over. We just hung out and did our own thing together, you know? It was nice. The last time that we interacted, I remember. We called on the phone. We were talking and she mentioned that they got into a relationship. I mean, of course, it doesn't really matter to me who they're with, right? They can do what they want, that makes them happy. But it hurt just a little bit because the person that they were with was someone that hurt me. That person did not treat me kindly. There was a time they kicked me extremely hard and it hurt for days. They never really talked nicely about me. They weren't kind, and I don't know how the person that I trusted the most, that I would protect from anyone's words or actions, would be with someone and hide the fact that they were with them for a while and even friends with them, and talked badly of me. I thought she was the person to protect me when others would talk behind my back and tell me about it and not hide things. It may be childish, but it hurt. And it may still hurt. I do not understand why, but maybe I just haven't gotten over it yet. The only way I let out my anger or sadness or any type of emotion or feeling is in my paintings. I don't really cry much. I don't scream. I can't scream. When I'm angry, I just blank out. Sometimes even faint. I've never learned how to properly control my emotions or how I'm feeling. I've just always written it on paper or painted it. The feelings, the emotions that I carry now are... I think I'm upset. I think I'm frustrated. I don't exactly know. I may also be stressed. Anywho. After that, I never really talked to her again. I didn't want to. I felt betrayed for some reason, even though it was none of my business. Whoever she was with was none of my business. I know that they're still with each other till this day. While I was scrolling through the amazing social media, I saw a picture of them together. When I looked at it, I felt a certain way. It's like I wanted to cry, but at the same time I was a little angry. After a while I tried interacting with others, chatting with them, trying to get their attention and stuff like that, but there didn't seem to be any interest there in talking back to me. I mean, they did, but it just didn't seem that they wanted to continue chatting and get to know me, so I gave up. I tried in all of my classes that I had to interact with others. But I never really made an impression, I guess. I am quite boring, so it's understandable. After a while, I completely gave up. I mean, I've made it this far, right? I'm fine on my own. Being alone isn't that bad, you know? I have time to myself and, stuff like that. Even though always eating or doing almost everything on my own is quite boring or lonely, like eating at lunch or just chatting with others and stuff like that, and or when there's assignments that are assigned that you have to work with others. I I never really worked with others on that one. My teachers have always just let me work solo, because I guess they knew I wasn't really good with others. The thing that bothered me the most, though, was the fact that I always ate alone, while watching others chat away and laugh with each other. I always just sat and listened, wishing that I could join in, but I know I would just be bothering them, and they would just want me to leave. That's how it usually was. I mean, I've gotten used to it. Before I even met the girl I used to be friends with, it used to be this way when I was younger. Since I used to get bullied all the time, no one really interacted with me. I wasn't bullied that much throughout middle school, but going into high school, I mean, I wasn't bullied. I mean, there was a few events that happened, but not many. And there hasn't been any events or anything that's happened in a while, so yeah. I don't know, I just, used to this now. I don't really like it. To be honest, I hate it. I hate being alone all the time. The only people I interact with is my family. But that's only when they need something from me. Like when my stepmother needs me to babysit, or my father asking me to get him something, or stuff like that. I don't really interact with them much unless they need something. If they don't really need anything that day, They won't even bother to check on me. There's days where the only time I went out of my room was to use the bathroom. I didn't even shower. I didn't feel all that great. All I did was want to sleep. I didn't get up to eat or anything like that. Just to use the restroom, you know? They never really checked on me. Maybe I'm just not that important. Sorry, that was really out of the blue. I only have around 3 roles in that household. Babysitting the children, getting good grades, and my chores. If I didn't get good grades, I'm a disappointment. If I don't babysit, then I'm being ungrateful. Same with not doing my chores. Since they give me a roof to live under and food and clothes, you know, they've raised me. Well, kinda. I only just started. Well, not just started. I moved in with my father around, like, my freshman year, so, yeah. Before that, I was with my mother. Let's, not go on about her. She brings me a lot of rage and makes me extremely upset. Sometimes I cannot be around her. Though, the only time I will ever be around her is for my little sister. I left her behind there. I feel like an awful, awful person for leaving her there. I left her. I am sorry for the tears. Give me 1 second. I'm completely fine. I just feel extremely guilty. I left my precious sister there with my mother. My mother isn't that bad, but that child deserves a loving, caring mother. It's not like my mother doesn't love her, but after her divorce with my sister's father, she became an alcoholic, so it's been really rough. She would always yell at us, and sometimes she would just randomly disappear and come back extremely drunk, just to pass out and do the same thing again. The fridge wouldn't be restocked and stuff like that. Around that time, my sister was in elementary. I took care of her, like if I was her mother. You know, the simple things like, are you hungry? What do you want? Did you shower? Telling her to shower if she didn't, like brush your teeth, deodorant, simple like little things like that. If she did her homework, helping her on her homework, focusing on her grades, and what else? just how her day was and how she was feeling and making sure she was okay. Playing with her and making sure she didn't really see too much. I always just wanted to protect her from everything. How my mother was and stuff like that. I didn't want her to see how she was. I wanted her to only see the side of my mother caring for her and being a mother. After a while of things being like that, my sister clearly noticed that there was something wrong. She's extremely smart, and I should have just already figured out that she already knew. She was a smart little girl. She's still extremely intelligent. She grew up really fast. She's still a child, yet she knows and understands a lot. Though I am glad that she does, I wish that she was able to just enjoy her childhood more. All she does now is worry about our mother. She worries that one day she'll do something really dumb and it'll cause something permanent to happen that you cannot change, that you cannot undo. My mother has almost burnt down the house multiple times with us in it. I would always yell at her for it, slowly just losing my respect for my own mother. After I started working, she would take money from me. That made me lose more and more respect. Her not doing the things she needed to do as a mother, things like that, I slowly lost respect. Her bringing her male friends over while my sister was there made me lose more respect. I understand that she wanted another partner, but what she was doing wasn't right. Something in her head isn't right. The way she thinks isn't right. She wants to settle down, yet she still doesn't exactly know how to be fully loyal and be honest, since she always lies about everything. All the lies cause all the people that she has previously been with to leave. I wish she would just tell the truth about things, because I still do not understand why she lies about almost everything. Recently I heard that she told a lie to my godmother that I was still living with her and that I was happy in her house. But I haven't been there in a very long time. And every time I was there, I was not happy, since all I did there was argue with her. For some reason, we would always fight. Mostly because she made me angry, doing all the things she did, the things that she's done around my sister, the things that she exposed my sister to, making my sister worry for her, even though my little sister shouldn't have to worry for an adult like that. She's a child. She should be enjoying everything and just playing and doing things like that. I just want her to have friends. I want her to have fun with them. I want her to enjoy it. I don't want her to have to deal with my mother. Worry about that she'll do something permanent to herself. I still to this day try to get my sister out of that house. But my little sister, she doesn't listen to me. She's worried about my mother, and so she stays with her. My little sister has her father's house to go to, and he is strict, I understand that. But the house is lovely. He's married, and they have a kid already, and they are extremely kind. My stepfather, which is not really my father at all anymore, not even my stepfather, since my mother and him are clearly divorced. He's been on my life for a very long time, and he still is till this day, still contacting me at times just to check how I am, saying happy birthday when it's my birthday, even though I don't do anything for it. He's a good man, and he's a great father. The only thing with him is that he's strict with simple things like bedtime and grades and school, because my sister is absent a lot because of my mother, so he would just be really strict on her going to school on time and stuff like that. Grades, of course, have to be good, at least B's and stuff, and a couple A's. He doesn't mind there being a couple B's or anything like that. He's not that strict. My sister just refuses to go there because of my mother. I try, I really do. Sometimes I think it's just my fault. I just want my sister not to worry about something like that. She should be enjoying things right now, but instead she's full of worry like that. She shouldn't have to. She shouldn't. She really shouldn't. I just want my little girl to be happy. Sometimes I don't know if she is. I see her giggle, I hear her giggle sometimes and laugh, but that little girl, she's been through so much. And she's probably going through much more while I'm not there. I feel so selfish for being here in a better environment myself. She should be somewhere better as well. Luckily, my little sister, she's not completely alone because the neighbor was just extremely kind. She is there for my little sister. She's around 22, I think. Every day she just goes over to check on my sister for me. I call her to make sure that my sister is alright and doing okay. I feel like without her, my sister would be a bit different. The neighbor, she's like, an aunt, really. I consider her family. She's an extremely good person. I am so grateful. And that she does that. Is there for my sister each day. While I'm here being selfish. Soon I will go back, though, to visit. Once again, to try to convince my little sister. But until then, things will be how they are now. I... handle it anymore. I just want her in a healthy environment. But she won't listen. And I can't do anything about it. I can only hope that she will finally realize as well she can't change her mother and that she could be in a way healthier environment. I can only hope. I don't want my little princess to be yelled at like that. I want her just to be able to spend time with her own mother. To not have to worry about food because my mother won't go food shopping just because she's on the phone with different guys almost like every night. It's unbelievable, really, how someone just chooses that over actually taking care of their own child. Of course, at some point the fridge is restocked, but it takes too long. My sister usually just eats cereal almost every day. Or something that the neighbor brings her. It's not like my sister starves or anything, so I'm glad for that. But still, I just want her to be in a better place. With her father and her stepmother. Her stepmother is absolutely lovely. I've met her and I've chatted with her. I stayed over their house for, I think, around 2 months before because I just couldn't handle my mother and needed a break from my father's house. They are amazing parents. I still feel extremely selfish for leaving her, but soon enough she'll realize that she could be in a better environment and better home. So, yeah. Well, you look at that. My painting is finished. So, what do you think? Yeah, I guess it looks kind of upsetting, huh? I tried showing my emotions onto it. It has a lot of anger, though. Anywho, I need to get going. I am quite hungry. Thank you for listening to me. Let us meet here again one day. Here. My number. It was nice meeting you. And I hope we meet again. Oh yeah, I am here quite often, so if you ever feel like chatting with someone, I'll probably be here, so come and bother me. I won't mind. Anyway, see you another time. Goodbye, and thank you. You really helped me. I feel like something has been lifted off my shoulders, and I thank you. I really do. Thank you so much. Goodbye now. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.